Grand Rising, divine kings and queens of the world. I am actually looking on social media land this morning and looking at some of the messages and some of the content that I'm looking at right now. And it kind of seems like everybody is having some of the same instances within the past 48 hours pertaining to lucid dreaming and also sleep paralysis and the shadow people. So I want to speak on this because I think this is something that we collectively at the spiritual community, we really need to dive into this subject, because as we're going through our healing process and acknowledging these shadow aspects of ourselves, what we're actually doing is bringing our shadow people closer to us. Shadow people, let's get into it. This seems to be a subject that nobody wants to talk about, and I'm really not understanding why. Because next to your ancestors, the shadow people are your second line of defense. If you're noticing a lot of discordish energy and uneasy energy in your home, it could very well be your shadow people fighting fucking demons off. And so what we do is we group the shadow people together with demons and say, oh, it's all dark and it's all bad. No, absolutely the fuck not. That's not what's happening, okay? The shadow people are actually there to protect you. Actually, your shadow people have been with you in this life and possibly the past lives that you've lived. Those are the people that you see, those shadows, those glimpses that run past you, and the ones that you see standing in the doorways, the hat man, the ones that stand around your bed, the ones that stand in the closet and shit. Like, those are the shadow people, okay? You can't smudge your house to get rid of a shadow entity. You can't do that. They can't leave you, okay? A demon, on the other hand, you can cleanse that motherfucker on up out your auric field. But you can also call the shadow people to do it. So when we group in the shadow people with the demons, we're really doing a disservice to the divine design of our protection. We really need to get an open line of communication with our shadow people. They respect firm authority. Okay, firm authority. Some of them might throw shit around in the house and do little, goofy ass shit because they're not being heard and they feel some type of way about not being heard. But that behavior just comes from them being idle for so long. So if you're not acknowledging them and you're grouping them together with demons or other entities and things like that, they really can't fulfill their divine purpose of assisting you and protecting you because they don't have no fucking marching orders. So you got to put your big girl panties on, okay? You got to put your big boy boxer briefs on, okay? And really address the fucking shadow people. Hey, bro, everybody stop, chill, okay? I call my general close to me. Let's talk about how we're gonna protect my auric field. I definitely recommend before you work with the shadow people to cleanse yourself. If you can do a 1-day fast, that's good. If you can do a 3-day fast, that's even better. But if you can do a 7-day fast, bitch, you in the motherfucking building. Fasting from food is very, very beneficial for cleansing your auric field. I just actually spoke on this yesterday, for cleansing your auric field, and also taking your cleansing baths and cleansing the space around you. And so when you're setting the intention of, I only want positive things around me, I only want things around me that are going to protect me, I only want entities and energies around me that are going to protect me, those shadows are part of that game. So they're not fucking going anywhere, okay? And the whole discussion with sleep paralysis, it's kind of controversial to say the least, because a lot of people feel like sleep paralysis is, shadow people jumping on you and shit like that. Listen, the shadow, when you go to sleep and you astral project and you project out of your body, it's the shadow people that are there watching over your vessel to make sure that no other entities jump in. But they might not be able to do their job properly because, again, you're grouping them in that category with those other entities. Get your spirit shit organized. Get this organized properly. This is a shadow. This is an ancestor. This is a spirit guide. This is an entity. This is a demon. This is a soul tie. This is an attachment. And to deal with all of those different energies accordingly and get the shit a bit more organized. But as you're doing shadow work and you're really digging into shadow work, it's so important to have your shadow people behind you. And also, not just with doing shadow work, when you start to try to tap in with your higher self and meditate and do things of that nature, what you're doing is you're making yourself more visible in the spirit realm. And so if you're making yourself more visible in the spirit realm, yeah, it's good to have your ancestors around you, of course, but to have that shadow gang around you, the difference between a shadow and an angel is that a shadow is willing to roll their sleeves up and do some dirty shit to protect you on your behalf. They willing to get a little more down and dirty on your behalf. Okay, you can't smudge a fucking shadow from around you. They are attached to you. You can't get rid of them. Okay, those energies were designed for us to command, and so when we pass over and when we ascend, then they will as well. And if you're experiencing sleep paralysis, you really, really need to cleanse your body, your mind, and your spirit fast and call those shadow people close to you to protect your vessel. And if any one of they monkey asses want to be touching your feet and doing little shit in your house or doing little shit like that, then you need to let that motherfucker know that their behavior is not okay. And demand your respect and see how that energy stabilizes afterwards. But if you just sitting there like this, you're not giving them nothing to respect, and they're not going to want to listen to you. And they're not demons. Did I say that already? They're not demons. So let's just get a bit more organized with the way that we're doing things and be a bit more mindful about the divine design and why certain energies are here, why certain entities are here, and why no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to get rid of. They're not just something that you can get rid of. So let us just be a bit more mindful. To everybody that's reached out to me, to everybody that I've seen that's going through sleep paralysis. And I know that's a very scary thing to experience. I'm sending you guys love and light. But at the same time, let us also work towards mindful solutions. Because baby, ain't nothing more empowering than walking through your house and feeling like you got a fucking shadow army behind you. Trust me, I know. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Take care.